The last presentation is performed by La Dolce. Please come to the front. If you are ready, please start the presentation.
Hello all the judges and guests, and welcome to the final presentation of the day. We're very honored to be here, and I'm Yuka, Haruka, and Riku from Hosei University. And today we're going to present our concept, Sake Brewery Cafe Afternoon, the collaboration of sake, coffee, and sweets. Here's our agenda for today. First, I would like to introduce our goals and targets. We have 3 goals. First, revitalize the local economy. Second, increase the number of visitors to Kobe Shushinkan. And finally, contribute to social branding of Shushinkan. And in this plan, we are going to target the women in 20s and 30s, but we will more talk about it in the later slides. Before we move on to our plan, let's look at this graph first. This graph shows how often people drink sake in their daily life. And there is about 80% of people don't drink or rarely drink sake in their daily lives. Also, let's look at data 2. This shows how often women in Japan drink sake. And about 70% of women almost never drink sake before. But let's look at the data 3. This shows people's interest in sake. Surprisingly, there are about 70% of people who's actually interested in trying sake. We also conducted the research by ourselves, and we found out that more than half of people don't have the habits of drinking sake. So let's sum up what we have talked about. We found out that there are few opportunities for the 20s to 30s to drink sake, and even among them, about 70% of women have almost never drank sake before. But as you remember, from data 3, we found out that a lot of people are actually interested in trying sake. So we decided to targeting women in 20s and 30s. And from our situation analysis, as we targeting the women in 20s and 30s, we believe that as effectively increase new customers and more visitors to Kobe Shushinkan.
So from this part, I'm going to talk about the target analysis. So basically, we find sweeties main characteristics from our researches. So the first one is about strong interest in beauty. So as you can see in the graph, our customers tend to have high conscience about their beauties. And also, by talking about categories of beauty, they concern about food and drinks most. And the next one is skincare, which is about half of them, so that we can utilize sake and sake sweet as well, and also sake soft, but in the promotion and in our plan. And also according to the research by Riku, which indicates that going to afternoon tea is a high trend among young women. And according to our research on the left side, shows that 70% of women actually has a positive impression about afternoon tea will serve sake and sweet. And adding to that, about 80% of them answered yes to the question above, which means that creating a favorable environment like afternoon tea, which creates opportunities to drink sake, and also lower the barrier for the sake. And adding to that, they have strong interest in new and sustainable stuff. So according to the research, they are so sensitive to new and sustainable stuff, or products or services. So therefore, our plan, Sake Brewery Cafe Afternoon, is effective to reach our target as it provides new value propositions. And also, the brand concept or product of Shushinkan is likely to resonate with our customers. And also, of our customers, they want to try or continue to drink sake in such situation like this. So if you could get used to the taste, or if you could know the various ways of drinking. So providing a place to experience and providing a new ways of enjoying sake are necessary for our plan. So to sum up, focusing on beauty, afternoon tea, newness are the key factors to success our plan. And by doing this, we can reduce the barrier for the women to drink sake, and also we can contribute to new social branding of Kobe Shushinkan.
So far, we talked about the situation and target, so it's time to know our unique new plan. Fukuju and our coffee afternoon tea by collaborating with those two companies, Lupin Kobe Kitano Pastry and UCC, also coffee company. Our plan has three main things: sweets, beverages, and plates. This event will be held in here, Shushinkan Hall, as a one-time limited event. From now on, I'm gonna talk about the details of those three things, starting from sweets. We will use sweets from three different sources. The first one is sweets from Lupin Kobe Kitano. For those who don't know Lupin Kobe Kitano, it's a pastry based in Kobe which has already collaborated with Shushinkan before. We will use 3 or 4 cakes for this afternoon tea plan. Second, sweets made of fukuju or sakekasu. We will use sweets which is already sold in the shop over there. The third one, yoin from UCC. This is a new sweet developed by UCC recently. It looks like chocolate, but actually it's made of edible coffee milk. They mentioned this as a new sweet enjoying marriage between beverages and yoin, including sake and coffee. So we believe this sweet will be matching with our beverages. These are the sweets we will provide in our afternoon tea. Next, beverages. We will provide 5 menus: fukuju masuzake, 3 tasting cup, and a sip of sake and coffee. This is a separate beverages, not a cocktail. And we will let customers to taste the authentic taste of fukuju and also the pride of sake makers. This is for those who want to know the fukuju's taste, but who cannot drink a lot of alcohol. In our research, they mentioned that high alcohol is the biggest concern to drink sake. On non-alcoholic beverages, we will provide iced or coffee by using the UCC beans. We will let customers choose beans from UCC, and we will brew with miyamizu, which is used to make fukuju. And lastly, cafe au lait, we will use milk from Kyoshin Gyunyu, which is a local milk company. Moving on, one of the important things is we will use plates made with woods of sake barrel and sakemasu, the square cup to drink sake, for our sweets. This is not only appealing to sustainability by reusing the woods, but also to create the traditional atmosphere and uniqueness to post on social media. Another important thing we must do is explaining the beauty effects of sake. So, we will create the small paper like this, explaining the beauty effects of sake for those targets on the table so they can read while they're waiting for sweets. This is the price for the afternoon tea. We will provide 10 sweets and 1 beverage, and the cost will be 4,000 yen. This is the end of our detail plan, so now I'm going to talk about the synergy of each other. First synergy, our target and sake Kobe Shushinkan. Talking about the beauty, skin concern in age of 20 is damaged skin and 30 dull skin. So we can appeal the beauty effects of sake, such as those components, on the paper. So we can say, sake is matched with our customer needs. Secondly, coffee and sake. These two looks completely different, right? But it actually share 4 common things, including enjoying spending time with a lot of precious people, sustainable production, brew with beautiful water, and famous beverage in Kobe. So, coffee is matching with Kobe Shushinkan and Fukuju. Another important synergy is sweets and sake. This combination can not only promote the new combination for sake, but also create female welcome atmosphere, and also we can use Shushinkan's assets since they already sell their sweets in the shop. So, we can make this combination can be attractive for customers by lowering the barriers by using their assets more easier.
The important thing in the synergy is a relationship between Kobe Shushinkan and the stakeholders, which is Rupan and UCC. They are all based in Kobe, and these companies will be providing sweets and coffee to our afternoon tea plan. But what these companies can gain from this plan? Well, Rupan can gain awareness from more targets, and UCC can have an opportunity to introduce their new sweets, yoined, and it is also working on SDGs like Kobe Shushinkan does too. We are also expecting Rupan and UCC to expand the new targets from each other's company. To sum up what we have explained earlier, by collaborating with all those three companies, we can effectively revitalize the local economy.
So as for promotion, we prepare 3 ways to promote our wonderful event. The first one is influencer promotion. So please look at the graph. So our customers tend to use SNS to get information, especially on Instagram and YouTube. So therefore, we are going to use influencers on YouTube and Instagram. And also based on the basic information on the left side, we've selected 4 types of influencers in the field of beauty, sake, sustainability, afternoon tea, and sustainability. And also the impact of influencer marketing. There are 2 major advantages, which is about the effectiveness of storytelling to include corporate philosophy on how the products are made. And also for our customers, they can feel the empathy of reliance, which leads to lowering the psychological barriers for drinking sake. And also about our customers, they tend to be influenced by the influencer compared to men and other age groups. And also, since we have some stakeholders in the plan, we can do promotion in the corporate stores by putting flyers like this to approach new local customers. And also, we are encouraging individual SNS promotion since our customers are high influential power on SNS. So we are going to give some samples of mini Fukuju Sakega's handmade soap as a gift if they post some photos of sake afternoon with some hashtags, so that we can put focusing on the beauty aspects of sake and sakekasu for their customers.
Including the promotion, we obviously need to prepare. So this is a time schedule, including the negotiation, holding pre-events, and letting influencers to post the contents. Now you are wondering if our plan is really effective for our main goal. So here is the statistics. From our research, we had 83% of positive impression between sake and sweets, and 72% want to try our afternoon tea with sweets and sake. So we believe that this plan will increase the visitors for Shushinkan. Another effect is social branding for Kobe Shushinkan. For example, Fukuju's expected scene is for time to share joy and happiness. So in our plan, we can provide for new customers this scene. Another important policy is think about the future from one drop. And by collaborating with the company who also cares about SDGs and joining sustainable action, we can be closer to this policy. Thus, we can contribute to this Shushinkan social branding itself.
So here is the budget for our plan. We are planning to use our money into promotion, equipment fee, development, and human resource fee. And here is the potential sales of our afternoon tea event, which is expected to be 4 million yen as for 2 days as maximum.
As the potential sales from the Fukuju, we are estimated that this number will be our potential sales. And let's summarize what we have talked about. And we are sure that by our afternoon tea plan, not only we can lower the barriers for women to try sake, but also we can achieve our sweet goals on top of right there. And this is the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for your presentation. Now we will have questions from the judges. Judges, please.
Thank you, ladies, for the very interesting presentation, ladies and gentlemen, for the very interesting presentation. I agree that your target analysis for attracting more female, especially customers in this way, will be really effective, combining sweets and coffee and sake. My main question, though, is what do you think about ignoring potential male customers? Do you think they will be attracted to participate in something like this? And aren't you missing a big segment of the target population by ignoring males? What do you think?
We conducted the research based on that, and males are more likely to have the having sake between like a nomikai or like a such situation to communicate each other. On the other hand, female wants to have time with just several people, like 2 or 3. So for our afternoon tea plan, I think several people would be better. And on the other hand, who is also interested in sake but male, they can come to here and just joining to the tour will be better for that. So I think our plan only focusing on female. Is that the answer for that question?
Yes, okay, thank you.
Do you have any other questions?
Thank you for the presentation. I found there are some interesting data and figures. Could you tell me the sources of the data? For example, at the beginning, you said 66.7% of women are interested in sake.
This one?
Yeah. Could you tell me the source? And also, at the end of your presentation, it looked like you did some survey or asked some people, like 106 people, throwing out the questions. But who did you ask and how did you collect the information?
So about the first question, we don't remember the specific name of the source, but we found it from the internet. And
about the last question about the survey, we conducted some quantitative research targeting 20 to 30 women, and we could collect answers from answer number is 106, and we have divided some questions, and we analyze the data. So we can't analyze the data. Yeah.
Did you pay for the survey? Did you?
No, we actually try to ask a lot of people, including my coworker in part-time job or everywhere, to answer the question. So that's their cooperation. So we really appreciate for it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Do you have any other questions? Okay. Thank you, team. Thank you, Team La Dolce.